Hi, I'm Mary Jo Boyd here with another eBite from Attorney Computer Systems. Today's eBite is in the Trust module. Today we're going to talk about the difference between running a trust account ledger report and a trust account list report. So let's take a look at both of those and see what we can find with the differences. So I'm going to open the Trust module and go to my Reports tab. Now, sometimes we want to see all of the detail, everything that's happened for a specific matter or everything that's happened for everything throughout the whole software database for all matters. Or sometimes we just want a quick listing of what is in the trust account, how much is in there. We don't care about all the detail, how many deposits, how many withdrawals. We just want to see what their current balance is for all of our trust accounts that we have open. So let's look at the trust account ledger first, because that's going to give us the detail of everything that's going on. So when I open the trust account ledger report, I have some options here for choosing what trust accounts I want to look at. So this is great for some specific matters or a range of matters or all matters if I leave it open. So I'm going to pick a specific matter here, and we'll just look at Michael Larson. And I could also do this by name search if I wanted, and I can also use the multiple button. So if I wanted Michael Larson and somebody else and somebody else and somebody else, I can go ahead and put in different ranges of who I want to see. I also can say for a specific bank account, if I have multiple trust bank accounts, I could say I just want to see this for bank account number 1 or 2 or 3, or for just a certain attorney. So if I didn't have a matter specified at the top and I just wanted to see a trust account ledger for all accounts that are open for responsible attorney number 2, I could do that as well. And I also can specify an open date range. So if this matter, this actual trust account was open between January 1 through 12/31, or all matters between that time frame, I can see all the activity. I then can also specify the transaction range for the dates. So I could say I just want to see all transactions that happen within January 1/16 through 12/31/16, just for that particular matter, or again, for the whole range. You'll notice check number and checks, deposits, EFTs are grayed out. That is not applicable to what we're doing here. Options, I can say include zero balance trusts. So just in case they've already closed out, I just still want to see all that activity. I can see only active trusts. And I can see voided checks and allow those to be included in the report. And I also can do print subtotal options or subtotals only, and start each trust account on a new page if I have multiples. I only have one that I'm looking at, so I don't really need that. And then of course we can print our criteria page to show all the things that we've checked off for this particular run of this report. I can sort it by responsible attorney or not, and I can subtotal by each trust account or not. And I can also do numeric or alpha order. I'm only doing for one, so that doesn't really matter with that. So I'm going to choose a printer and preview this report to show you for Michael Larson on 11/17 of 2014, we had a deposit, and then we're going to see all the activity. We have 2 checks that have not been cut yet. This is test data, so those are just out there waiting to be paid. We have another deposit, and we have an EFT payment that came out. So we have our total deposits, total checks, total EFTs, and what his closing balance is. We can also look at this as grand totals at the bottom to see what his opening balance was, 0, all the activity, and what his closing balance is. And then it will also just give me the breakdown of what that is down here at the bottom. And these do not include the unpaid checks that are up above. So that's that balance. So I can print this off very quickly to get a whole activity of a certain trust account. Now, sometimes at the end of the month, I just want to print out a report to hand each responsible attorney that shows all of the matters that have trust money in them and what the value of that is. So if they have $100 in or $1,000 or $10,000 or $100,000 in their trust account, I can give them a quick listing of all of the accounts that they're responsible for and whether or not they want to move money back and forth or whatever they want to do at that point in time. That is a trust account list. The list I usually leave open. I don't usually do it for a certain trust account, although you could. And again, all the same parameters we had for our ledger report. I can choose a responsible attorney at that point. Just show me all the matters for attorney number 2 and what their balances are. Or again, if I'm just looking at an overall picture at the end of the month of what my all the accounts that are listed and how much is in each one in the total, I could just leave this open, which I'm going to do for this one. We can print the current balance that's available right now or as of a certain date. So I could go back and say, tell me what the balance was as of, 12/31 or, 10/31 or whatever that would be. I could choose a date that I want that to be cut off at. Or I can just go ahead and do everything. What's their current balance right now? I can do a detail or a summary, and we'll show the difference in that in a second. And then you can go ahead through and select only trust deposits. If they're below a certain balance, include the zero balance trusts and so on. Print last transaction dates. Those are just some other options. And again, I can have a sort order by different things, and I can subtotal or do totals only. I'm just going to leave it as is right now and just look at this. And so now I'm getting just the summary. So I get what the trust account name is and the description. This will be the work description, the attorney, and then their initials, even contact phone if I wanted that. And then the minimum balance, and then the $200 is their current balance. So if we had set minimums, that would show there. And at the bottom, I would have this total amount that's in that particular bank account. So this was for bank account number 1. I'm going to scroll down. I probably have bank account number 2 in here. This is trust or sample data, so this probably has a second one. There's number 2, all of the accounts that are in there and what their balances are and the total. And so you can see this would be a very good report to just hand out to attorneys or at the end of the month just to make sure that I have all the correct balances in each matter that I'm looking for. And then at the bottom, I've probably got another page 3 for another trust account 3, and then it had that total. Now, if I go back and I do the detail, let's flip that a little bit different to show you that now it's going to actually have a little bit more lines in there for the date open. It's just including a lot more parameters. Including the federal ID number, contact, whatever that minimum balance is, a name search, and then the amount that's actually in there. So it's just a little bit more information if it's available out there. It has address, all of that. I generally tend to just run it as a summary and print that off and then use that as my comparison. So if you want all the detail, client trust ledger. If you just want a little detail, that's the trust account list. I hope this eBite's been helpful for you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to visit our website or give us a call. Thanks.